So now let's talk about some of the things that we're funding in this bill. When America is struggling, inflation is crazy, the money printers still seem like they must be running because we're doing these kind of bills. How we're gonna have food, how we're gonna heat our homes in the winter, we're passing $1.7 trillion bills. It's crazy. Let's jump into what is in this bill and how ridiculous it is. How I realize every day we have no representation on either side of the aisle. Let's jump right into it. Today's video starts right now. I'm not gonna lie, it's freezing. It's about 18 outside right now. I'm miserable in South Mississippi because this is not typical for our weather and our time of year. Even though it's winter, our winters are usually 30, maybe, mostly 40. So these teens and 20s is too much for me. Y'all keep this up north. So I'm freezing, so this won't be a long video. But just the amount of crap that's in this bill, when we're struggling and needing help in America, to see the junk that they're putting in this bill, this should make us all upset. Let's jump into some of the crazy things that's in this bill. So the numbers about this bill. This bill is 2,741 pages long, considered a $1.5 trillion bill. It has 4,000 earmarked projects, which is the wasted money that we're spending in our government spending that we really don't have. Senator Elizabeth Warren earmarked, along with Ed Markey, $995,000 for a grid resilience and equity in the energy transition research in Massachusetts. I mean, we don't even know what that means. In Ohio, Sherrod Brown secured $500,000 for a National Underground Railroad Freedom Center museum in Cincinnati. And again, I'm not saying that's a bad thing to have museums and to learn our history. Do we need this kind of spending right now? In New York, there's a health equity for pool improvements, $496,000. Health equity for pool improvements. What does that even mean? More climate studies diversity. Markey and Warren in Massachusetts earmarked another $500,000 for climate studies diversity. Oh, this is a good one. Rhode Island Senators Whitehouse and Reed requested $1.6 million of federal taxpayer funding to Roger Williams University for the development of equitable growth now, of shellfish aquaculture in Rhode Island. That's important. Schumer, his name is on 59 different earmarks totaling over $80 million of port projects that he pushed for. Listen to this. The omnibus bill included a $5.9 million for a Dunkirk harbor on Lake Erie. Now here's the crazy thing, and this is where that money flows back to them. They only requested $680,000 for this project, but got $5.9 million based on the article with the Hill. So where's that other $5 million going? And if that's like saying, I'm willing to sign a contract to go to work for somebody for, you know, $50,000, and they're like, no, I'm gonna give you $550,000 just because. Is that good policy? Come on. Most of these were Democrats on the front end, but here's a Republican, Richard Shelby of Alabama, who negotiated packages that steered tens of millions of dollars to his home state. There were 16 earmarks that he was personally signed on for $650 million. Senator Leahy was 79 earmarks for $162 million. We earmarked 1.5 million for our border security, and it was not even for really border security. It was for more compliance and managerial supplies for our border. 1.5. It's not a lot of a $1.5 trillion bill, or 1.7 some people are saying. Now listen to this. This is what's so crazy. This is why you know politics is in it. However, we earmarked $410 million to go to border security in Jordan Lebanon, Egypt, Tunisia, and Oman. So we care more about their borders than our own borders. And we gave a $1.5 million to our southern border and gave $410 million to these countries for their borders. That is the most stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life. 65 million for salmon, for fish, for salmon. 65 million for salmon research. Salmon, 65 million. We're having a border crisis and we give 1.5 million. And in this bill we give 65 million to salmon, 410 million to other people's border, to secure it, because we know that's important. Sovereignty of country and borders are important, just not in our own. The bill also includes a Michelle Obama walking trail, a Ukraine Independence Park in Washington, D.C., because that's important too, and a Speaker Pelosi federal building in San Francisco. And we're not going to talk about the billions going to Ukraine in this bill. It's tied in again. We're just pumping tons of money back to Ukraine. I think we're well over $100 billion to Ukraine in total. Now, of course, all the Democrats of the Senate signed on to this thing that was present, but here's 18 Republicans that signed on. And the reason I bring this up is because if we want to be represented, and not only represented, but this is our money. We're the ones working out here in cold weather and dealing with animals and dealing with people and dealing with high prices at the groceries and gas, while these guys are just loading their pockets full of all this special interest and all this money. The 18 Republicans that signed on to this to pass this monster bill is Blunt, Boozman, Capito, Collins, Cornyn, Cotton. I was surprised by Cotton, man. What a sellout. Graham, which he's a joke. Inhofe, McConnell, who needs to go. Moran, Murkowski needs to go. Portman, Romney, what a joke. Rounds, Shelby, another one. Establishment Republican. Thune, which is a sellout again like Cotton. Young, and then the one that makes me the maddest, because I'm from Mississippi, is Wicker. Wicker is like a little puppy dog to McConnell. He needs to go. We've been trying to get him out here in Mississippi, it just ain't working. So you see, I get a little mad and a little perturbed because I just know how hard we work for our money as American citizens, and I feel like we're not represented. I mean, did you get any of the salmon research money for 65 million? Are you gonna get anything to help you and your family out for 2023 when prices are skyrocketing? But hey, we're watching over the salmon and we're building a lot of museums and we're worried about climate studies, but we can't help the American people. We give to all these other countries about protecting their border and we can't protect ours. It's not about the people. I'm talking about protecting our sovereignty. No, we ain't worried about that. So definitely not trying to ruin your Christmas festivities. But I get upset because we work so hard, and when we're out here doing as much as we can as preppers, as homesteaders, as just common Joes, we have so much waste with our tax dollars. It makes me so angry. So now, what do? There's nothing you're gonna do about the lobbyists and the pork projects that they're passing, because nobody is gonna have a backbone. You had 18 Republicans and all Democrats. So let's just say, you know, 2/3 to 3/4 worth of your Senate voted for this bill. Now you do have some conservatives that stood up against it in the House and of course in the Senate, but it's just not enough of them. So I get so ill when the fact that they're going to say, well, we didn't vote for it. Yeah, but you have a lot of people that did vote for it, and you voted for McConnell to lead you. You voted for McCarthy to lead you. You voted for all these people to be establishment Republicans. It's time to grow a backbone. I want to help people. I want my tax dollars to fix things that need to be fixed, but not to be wasted on some freaking fish. That's crazy. Or worry about climate studies and equity with climate studies. Sorry, it's not what we need right now. If we have tons of money and we're rolling in it as a country and everybody's doing great and everybody can eat and heat their homes, study some fish, build a few museums. But when things are bad, the last thing I want you to do is waste money. If things are bad at my home and at your home, we're not gonna waste money. We're gonna conserve money. We're gonna do all we can and go through the tough times. So why is our government not doing it? We are literally watching our nation implode. And that's stupid, crazy, and I'm hoping that we can get it together before we really see a financial crisis that's going to come back and haunt us. Ending a year that looks terrible, and it looks like we're going to have another hard year ahead of us. So if I could challenge you to do one thing, it's to literally prep all you can, stockpile all you can, take care of your family, love on your family, and build wisdom. Don't just listen to what we're being told on the media. We need to do some research for ourselves and really see where America's at, because we need to do better. Better movement towards morals and values. We slipped on that for sure too. So if I could challenge you one thing, love your family, love God, pray for our nation, and hopefully we'll find some wisdom in the next coming months or years, and hopefully it won't take a major catastrophic event to see that. I'm hoping there'll be some people that wake up, not get woke, but wake up. Hope that you have a wonderful Christmas with your family. Things like this, when it's bad in our world, it does tend to make our time with our family even more special. Enjoy the time with your family, and let me know what you think about this video in the comments below. God bless. Happy homesteading, y'all.